Hello everyone, and welcome back to Dave C. Straight from the Pit. On today's episode, we're going to talk about the 1983 Skystriker and the pilot Ace. Here's the box art for the 83 Skystriker, and as you can see it has the G.I.Joe lettering, a real American hero, with Combat Jet Skystriker, XP 14F written on it. And down below, you can see the pilot who came with it. And here's a better look at him here. He is codenamed Ace. And because I don't actually have his cardboard file card that came with him back in 1983, I thought we could look at the Order of Battle Marvel book, 1986 book, and in issue number 1, it actually has Ace on the first page of all the characters that are listed alphabetically in the book. Codename Ace, fighter pilot. File name, Brad J. Armsbuster. SN, AF 335986725. Primary military specialty, fixed wing pilot. Secondary military specialty, intelligence operations. Birthplace, Providence, Rhode Island. Grade, 03, Captain, U.S. Air Force. Ace would rather fly than do anything else. During high school, he worked after school and weekends to pay for flying lessons. Spent 1 year flying pipelines in Alaska and 2 years stunt flying for movies. Enlisted U.S. Air Force at age 22. Duty most previous to G.I.Joe assignment, senior instructor, United States Air Force Fighter Weapons Squadron. Squadron, the Aggressors. Pilot Combat Training School. Qualified Training Expert, F5E, F15, F16, XP14F. Ace has one major character flaw, cutthroat poker. A predilection for gambling would ordinarily disqualify an applicant for the G.I.Joe team, but in Armbuster's case, you can hardly call it gambling since he never loses. That's why we call him Ace. I didn't have Ace back in 1983. My cousin Jonathan did, and he lived in my neighborhood, and we both collected G.I. Joe at the same time, in the early 80s there. And I was really excited when my cousin first brought over Ace to the house, and of course the Skystriker. And I played with a lot with him, and somehow along the way, Jonathan actually gave it to me, and along with Ace, so I remember that. That was probably back around maybe 85, 86. And as I recall, I think it's because I got the USS Flag, and my cousin was like, well, here you go, Dave, because, I mean, the fighter jet totally belongs on the USS Flag compared to in my bedroom. And I remember him saying that to me. So, yeah, that was a really cool gesture by him. I'm missing Ace's helmet now. And one day I'll get it. Here's a closer look at his figure. It's a very, very nice sculpt. He has the U.S. Air Force jet fighter pants, like a suit for high altitude. But yeah, enough about Ace. We can talk about the actual jet now. And it's very aesthetically pleasing. The designs of the Skystriker G.I.Joe aircraft are based on the Northrop Grumman Corporation's F-14 Tomcat, a two-engine, supersonic, two-seat, variable geometry wing aircraft. The Tomcat served as the U.S. Navy's primary maritime air superiority fighter, as well as a fleet defense interceptor, tactical reconnaissance platform for more than 30 years. So yeah, it's pretty much a Tomcat F-14 that was the United States Air Force's main aircraft fighter for like a lot of years. And this was back when G.I. Joe was based more on real life stuff, which is very cool. And there's the Skystriker decal, as Ron Rudat designed for it back in 1983. It's got the U.S. Air Force decal on the wings. Number 100. These panels pop off here to show engine work. The canopy opens and can seat 2 people. And I don't actually have the parachutes. It came with 2 parachutes for the chairs here. And you could put your Joe on there with the back peg here and then throw them up in the air. And they would slowly come back down. So I'd like to get those to complete this Skystriker. Now we can look at its armaments, and I don't quite want to flip this one upside down because it's so delicate I don't really want to damage it. But I do have this book here. It's Mark Bellamo book, G.I. Joe reference book, and inside it does have an underbelly photo of the Skystriker. So you can see here it has 6 missiles. I remember as a kid we'd always grab this. That's how you would hold it when you're flying it around. And you wouldn't drop it because you had a good hold on it. And yeah, it book goes on to describe these armaments as 2 Vulcan cannons, 1 front-mounted, the port side E-4-1A1 Vulcan 50mm cannon, and 1 on the plane's underbelly, the E-81 Aero Vulcan Gatling cannon. Here's a look at the blueprints here in the book. They came with all of the toys back then. And on this page of the G.I. Joe Order of Battle book, number 4, from 1986, it shows the Skystriker XP-14F combat jet, and lists the armaments and ordnance. So it has 2 Phoenix long-range air-to-air missiles, 2 times AIM-7 Sparrow medium-range air-to-air or air-to-surface missiles, and 2 Sidewinder short-range air-to-air missiles. Let's see if we can get a better look at them here. And I've decided to flip it upside down now, not be such a baby about it. And you can see them there. There's all the missiles on there. And there are the Sidewinders. 2 missiles. There are the Sparrows. 2 of them, which are based on heat-seeking missiles. And these are the big boys, the Phoenix missiles. There's 2 of those. Here's how the landing gear retracts. All you do is push this tab up here, and these wheels on the bottom will fly back up into place. There's little springs here. I don't know how well this thing is going to work because it's almost 40 years old, so I haven't done it in a while, but let's give it a go. So they did retract, but not all the way, but almost all the way. And maybe if I put a little bit of oil there on the springs or something, it might help out. But let's try to bring them back down so we can land this bad boy. Okay, so they popped back out, as you can see there. The Skystriker and Ace first appear in G.I.Joe Media in Marvel number 14, which is an August 1983 issue. And this is a very, very good issue, but I'm not going to get into what happens in this issue, but it's totally awesome if you ever want to pick it up. All the early G.I. Joe issues are very entertaining. But just a quick little flip through here and try to find the page where the Skystriker is. I remember Ace flies into battle with it. And here it is here. So as you can see there's Ace. And then another awesome issue with the Skystriker in it and Ace is number 34. And I've talked about this one before on my channel, but this is an awesome air duel between the Cobra Rattler and the Skystriker. And it ends with Ace and Wild Weasel doing this awesome pilot salute at the end. And this one is totally a classic issue that I recommend all G.I. Joe fans getting. And of course, the Skystriker and Ace were also in the 1983 Mass Device Sumbo animated series. And here's the old VHS tape of it. I'm lucky enough to own this and really happy to own it. But yeah, there's a scene right at the very, very beginning when it starts. And Duke is kind of wondering where the pilot is of that Skystriker, or who the pilot is of that Skystriker that's flying it kind of crazily, and it turns out to be Scarlet. And yeah, that was a really, really good start to the cartoon series. I'd like to dedicate this video to J.Sickle C, who has been watching my channel right from the beginning, and I just want to thank you for all the great years of hanging out together and just all the great times we had. And J.Sickle C is actually my brother. I don't know if you guys know that or not, but he's my older brother. He's 4 years older than me, and I have so many memories of him over the years. I looked up to him a lot for a lot of different reasons, and yeah, he actually did a school project on the F-14 Tomcat back in grade 7 or 8, I believe, and he really liked this version of the F-14 Tomcat, this G.I. Joe Skystriker version, and he wanted me to do a video on it. So hopefully it kind of captured some fun things about it for him, and maybe brings back some memories about it. And it did for me, and I really enjoyed doing it. So thanks for watching, everybody, and I'd also like to give another shout out to Joe Hunter 73, who just started his YouTube channel, and you guys should go over and check him out. You can click on this link here. He's a really awesome guy. It's West Prophet is his name, and he just did a review on Short Fuse, his first ever G.I. Joe figure that he got back in 1982. But anyway, thanks a lot, everybody, and we'll see you next time, and enjoy this Labor Day weekend, the last great weekend of summer.